Hi everyone, it's Laura at Hyperstamper. I got this one done today and I love it. It is a Thanksgiving journal, and for all of my friends in the United States, this will get to you in time, plenty of time for Thanksgiving. So let's take a look at this pretty little holiday journal. I used the interior construction signature spine to make this beautiful bottom. I thought it looked like hay and it just reminded me of the fall, the deep colors. And this came out of a 1940s children's book, so it's 80 years old, and just a lovely fall image there. And I've got a vintage piece of a scarf here on this beautiful old 80-year-old book, which is beautiful golden color. So let me take you on a little journey through here. Let me move aside my Thanksgiving decorations. And before I put it in my Etsy shop, hyperstamper.etsy.com, just a reminder that everything in here is Thanksgiving and autumn themed, authentic antique and vintage ephemera, not a single commercial product used in here or any digitals. This is one of the favorite pieces I've ever pulled out of a book, and it is a perfect pressed leaf, and it is spectacular. And the nice thing about it was so flat, I was able to glue it down really safely, so that's not going anywhere, and I just think it's beautiful. This also came out of a 1940s children's book, so another 80-year-old page here, A Song of Thanksgiving, little poem about October. And this is wonderful from a vintage book. We've got the pilgrims there on the front. Isn't that wonderful? Taking the cart out. And another leaf that I found in an antique book, pressed. I love finding pressed flowers and leaves in books. I just it's like finding an Easter egg. So here's another one from the 1920s, Thanksgiving dinner, really quite special. And this here is from 1925 from an art book. Look at that. And figures 1 and 2, how to paint in watercolor or crayon, I guess, like pencil crayon, a fall tree. Isn't that beautiful? So I turned that into a pocket. And in here, I pulled out November 28th, which is your Thanksgiving here in the United States. And that is from 1937. That's a 5-year diary page. And then this one here I just chose because it had the yellow that sort of reminded me of the theme colors of this journal. And that is from the 1920s as well, the snap fasteners. And this wonderful, wonderful 1800s picture here. It's got the family of cats inside of a pumpkin. Oh, that's sweet. So pumpkin fall. Here is another wonderful 1920s page and vintage children's notebook page. And this is from a vintage bird book. We've got the turkey there. Isn't that great? Look at those bright, beautiful colors. Really spectacular vintage book. And then here I've got from an antique pilgrim book. This one here is the Puritans coming over to the mainland of the United States. And then this is here from the 1950s ledger page. Just wanted some green in there for the fall. And then here is another really old, almost 100-year-old book page, When the Leaves Fall. Look at how pretty that is. And that's on that really beautiful fuzzy cardstock that I love so much in my children's books. And this is from 1880s, this ledger page. And this is from the late 1800s as well here. And that is a poem about Thanksgiving on this side, and then flowers all year round on that side. And look at this gorgeous 100-year-old plate here. And it is Jack Frost painting the fall leaves. It's a stunning plate. And I had a hard time parting with it, but it's time, and it's sort of now, or it waits another year to go into a Thanksgiving journal. This is another wonderful, very, very old page here from Country Life Reader, over 100 years old, and there's a woman feeding the turkeys there. It's a 1920 or 1950s Pearl Shop receipt, and I just chose it because it was fun. I put them in all my journals. There's another one of these beautiful ledger pages here, and that's the flip side of that old children's book. And this came out of a 1930s book as well, just some things that you would harvest in the fall. And then a little poem here about the leaves. That's actually the bottom half of this page, so I wanted it to stay in the same book. And then I've got the harvest fields here, which is from a very, very old book, over 100 years old, and this is from the 1920s as well, from another art book. And it's the different hues of orange, and they used a pumpkin there. It's stunning. I love it. And then here, this is from the 1920s, and we've got these wonderful turkeys here. Mr. Turkey and Mr. Peacock. Oh, fantastic. Antique paper on the back so you can journal with that. I wasn't kidding when I said it's all Thanksgiving and autumn ephemera. This here, the pilgrims here from historic pilgrimages. And then this I chose here, a journaling page from an antique book, autumn 1928. And then this came from a 1940s pictures and words children's school book, Thanksgiving Day here. Just a fun cluster up here, across the meadow in the autumn woods down here. And then this pocket here is from a vintage school book as well. And then we've got the pilgrims there. And then this is one of my double-sided arborite samples from the 1940s. And this one I chose because it's rock maple. Sorry, the light is not giving it justice here. Yeah, rock maple, just fabulous. And on the other side is red mahogany. So love it. And I love this vintage crochet here. It matches the cover exactly. This is from the early 1900s, probably about 1905, a full harvest. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. This is the original first page of this book, actually. Plymouth, all about Plymouth here. And then this is just a fun little piece here that I stuck into this early 1900s sort of comic page here. And then this is stunning. It is a fall scene, and that is from Versailles in France. So that is early 1900s as well. And then back here, this is not autumn themed, but it's just fun. And I found it in a book about the pilgrims. So I thought it should still live in that theme. So that's from the 1950s, I believe. Dry cleaner bill. This came from a vintage tree book, and I just chose it because it was the oaks with the acorns. Isn't that beautiful? And it shows the fall colors there. Now this is a cheesy postcard from the 70s, so it's vintage, but it's I guess it's a hotel, but it's a model of one, but it has the fall colors in it, so I just thought it was funny, so I chose that. Pretty little page here. 2 harvest fields, and this is from the 1800s. It's absolutely beautiful. Love letters from a musician. There's another from a different vintage tree book, sorry, and this is all just beautiful fall things, and that's down here. Awesome sauce. Here's a little 100-year-old banknote. This is an antique lace doily. Isn't that pretty? It's just stunning, and I turned it into a little pocket. And in here is another poem, and down here is the landing of the Pilgrim Fathers in New England. And again, that's from the 1800s. Perfect. This came from that vintage children's school book, Thanksgiving, the turkey, sort of a mix and match school page. And this here, oh, here's a little recipe for pumpkin pie from a 1950s magazine. And then in here is another 1950s magazine page. We've got Christmas dinner on one side and Thanksgiving dinner on the other, so it's pretty cool and colorful. There's another beautiful these are the fellas on the Mayflower. Oh, sorry, just hit my lamp. And then this came from my other book, Storybook Gardens, and it's a song of Thanksgiving. Harvest Home, this is from the early 1900s, a beautiful plate there. Make happy harvesting. I love it. There's more of that children's school book. And I chose this vintage card just because of the beautiful colors, reminded me of autumn. And here's another 1800s page, autumn. And then that brings us to the last page, the end page of the original book, and lots of space to journal. So I hope you love it as much as I loved making it. Lots of time to get it to you before Thanksgiving. So come back soon, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.